Hello everybody, and welcome to the Landmarks Show. I'm Mark, and today we're stepping out of our comfort zone a little bit and doing something we don't normally do. We're actually in a national park. We're in Acadia National Park in Maine, but we're in the part that most people don't go to. Today, we're visiting the Schoodic Peninsula. We came to the Schoodic Peninsula today because this area is considered to be the quieter side of Acadia National Park. You can get here by coming down Route 1 and going into Winter Harbor, and then turning right, coming south onto the peninsula. It's the only part that's actually on the mainland that's part of the park. Now, some quick geology of Acadia. The oldest rocks here, the Ellsworth Formation, are metamorphic schist, and they formed from clays that were on the bottom of the ocean about 500 million years ago, and as they were squeezed together and experienced lots of heat and pressure, they became a metamorphic schist. You can see this as the basement rock, a lot of the area around Acadia. There's also some volcanic flows that were on the bottom of the ocean that were forced up onto Acadia when some microterranes or microcontinents were pushed up over the schist. They're volcanic in nature and would have erupted onto the ocean bottom. And finally, there's the red granite. It's the Cadillac Mountain granite that is the most prominent and most noticeable rock on Acadia National Park. So now we're going to go check out the rest of the Schoodic Peninsula. The first place for you to stop as you travel around the Schoodic Peninsula is Fraser Point. It's at about the 5.5 mile mark on the Loop Road. When you come in here, it's fun to come at low tide because as you look around, you'll find lots of little tide pools. These tide pools contain clams, mussels, whelks, if you're lucky, the occasional sea star, and the kids really enjoy finding these tiny European green crabs, which actually are invasive. But this is a great place for you to stop and have some fun searching around things in the tide pools that we don't normally see in beaches in New Jersey or Maryland or other places. A really excellent first stop on your trip. This little guy is the aforementioned invasive European green crab, which is actually doing some serious damage to the local coastal ecosystem because it likes to feed on some of the local animals like local soft-shell crabs as they molt. Another thing you'll notice as you look out onto the water here at Fraser Point are all the buoys that mark the lobster and crab pots that are placed at the bottom of the inlet that get checked once or twice a day. Another great place to come to on the Schoodic Peninsula is, of course, Schoodic Point. You go to your west, there's Frenchman's Bay. What's great about Schoodic Point is you can see that the ocean is a lot more active here as it hits the point on the Schoodic Peninsula. So it's a good place to come see the waves crash in. But another really neat thing is this diabase igneous intrusion that melted its way through the Schoodic Point granite that we're standing on now. So you come in and you can see that this rock is older and that this other volcanic rock melted its way through. It's a really prominent feature here at Schoodic Point. This is a good place to come see that law of cross-cutting relationship, historical geology of this area, and you can see all the waves crashing onto the beach. Really great stuff. One of the great features at Schoodic Point is due to the diabase rock being more easily eroded than the surrounding granite. And it makes a feature a lot like Thunder Hole, which you can see over on Mount Desert Island, and it's actually Thunder Hole being one of the more popular attractions over there, and you can really have to wait in line to go see it. But this spot on the Schoodic Point that really doesn't have a name to this feature is really cool to see because you can get up real close without the crowds that you would have had to experience at Thunder Hole. There's a good swell coming. After Schoodic Point, I recommend stopping at the Schoodic Institute and getting the hands-on touch tank presentation. This is led by a ranger who explains all the different species that you can find in the tide pools around Schoodic Point or just off the coast like lobsters, as seen here. And they will tell you about where the species live, what they feed on, and then they'll get out examples and you can actually touch them. The kids love seeing this and the adults really enjoy it as well. One of the last things for you to check out when you come over to the Schoodic Peninsula, just after you see Schoodic Point, is the Schoodic Institute. We're here in front of Rockefeller Hall. This is an exhibit hall that shows some of the things that went on in here. That was a naval listening station. They did a lot of electronic warfare, locating other ships that were enemies during World War II, and up through the Cold War and past that. This place was started in 1935 as an electronic surveillance post for the Navy, and it was operated up until 2002. After 2002, the whole area around this Schoodic Institute that was belonging to the Navy was given to the park, and now it's operated as an education center. So there's environmental education that goes on here, kids camps, short programs for the public to come check out. Really good place to go see with your kids. So if you come to Acadia National Park, most people do spend their day over on Mount Desert Island. But if you get the chance, make sure you come over to the Schoodic Peninsula and spend a day here. Thanks a lot for watching Landmarks.